Hi, this is Linda Noss, and this is the third video in the polymorphism series. So now that we've created the book class and the media class, and we've kind of connected the two and made all our code nice and small and shared some methods, we're going to go ahead and create a class to test this. So I'm just going to call this test patron. Here's my test patron, and then inside, I really don't need any of this stuff, so I'm going to clean it out. And I'm going to make this a main class. So in order to test this out, I'm going to have to create a patron. So I'm just going to move this over here so you can see all the pieces. I'm just going to go ahead and create a patron, and I'm going to call my patron Emily. And I'm just going to leave it blank for now. So there's my patron. And then I am going to create a media object. I know it's going to be a book, so I'm just going to call it my book. Now, this is the interesting thing that happens. I'm going to go ahead and say new media. You would think this would be fine because the new media, and I'm using a default constructor because there's nothing inside the parentheses, and the media object has a default constructor with nothing in the parentheses. So you think, okay, I'm all set. So when I go to compile this, you're going to see that you get an error. And down here it says media is abstract, cannot be instantiated. So because this is an abstract class, I can't actually create an object of type media. Media is going to depend on its children to be used. So I can't create a media object. So what I need to do is I need to create a book object instead. So I'm going to change this to book. Now when I compile it, the computer's happy. So basically, the media class is a storage location for everything a book can do. So let's go on now and see if I can set my book up a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and set the title. Now the set title is in the media object, but I'm setting up the book's title. So this is kind of interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and take my book and just try this out. Dot set title, and inside the title I'm just going to give it a name, and there we go. So there's my set title. I can do my book dot set author. So make sure, and I'm going to put basic glue, and there's my author, and then I'm going to go ahead and compile this. Well, I probably spelled it wrong. A-U-T-H-O-R. A-U-T-H-O-R. Now here's the thing. My book is a media object. So it points to the media object, even though it takes on the attributes of the book object. So I can use methods from the book, the media object, but I cannot use methods from the book object. So we're going to have to find a way around that. So we're just going to get rid of that. We're going to go ahead and compile it. And let's just see if that worked by printing it out. I'm going to print out my book. Now I'm going to go ahead and compile it. No compilation errors, it's happy. And then I'm going to go ahead and run it. See, this is what I was talking about with the calendar object. Calendar object gives you a lot of information. You can see a lot of unneeded, unnecessary information for our purposes. If you scroll all the way over here, you'll see that the book does have a title. So essentially, that's how we know that works. Now the next thing I want you to do is I want you to create a new type of media. Right now we have books, but we know we're going to be creating other types of media. So let's create a movie type of media. Click OK. Here's my movie. Now a movie is, well, it's a sibling of the book, and it's going to be a child of the media. So how do we make these connect? How do we make the book and the media connect? So let's go back and look at book for a minute. We can see that the book and the media were connected by this extends media. So we're going to do the same thing with the movie class. And then we're going to get rid of a lot of stuff here. We know that the media class, the movie, is going to probably use a title. You can get that from the media, a due date, or a calendar date of when we check it out, so we can get that from the media. But what's unique about the movie? Well, movies don't really have authors. They have a lot of things, but a lot of times they move to a movie and then they do a remake of a movie. So I am going to include as an instance variable for movie, I'm going to include the year it was created. So I'm going to say private int year. So that's what I'm going to start with on that. Now, like any object, you have to create the constructors. So public and a constructor is just like that. I'm going to do the default constructor, and I'm going to let you fill that in, and then I need to put in the normal constructor, and I'm going to let you fill that in, and then I'm going to need to put some accessors in there. And I'm going to be putting in some mutators. Just going to copy and paste this real quick. So this second one's going to be mutators. And then there's going to be some other methods. Now, in the other methods section, because movie extends media, we're going to have to define one method that makes the media method an abstract object. In the media method we had the due date. And so because movie is a child of media, movie has to do the work. It's got to find the due date. And we have already actually written that method, so we're going to go to the book class and we're going to grab that method. So we've already done the work. There's no reason to recreate. We're going to just go put it back over here. And movies, they don't allow me to keep movies for 21 days. They only allow me to keep movies for 7 days. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to a 7. And then I'm going to go ahead and compile this. Now you'll notice that I get an error, and the error is the fact that I've used a calendar object and the computer has no idea what I'm talking about because I haven't done something. So at this point, I'm going to let you fill in the movie, default constructor, normal constructor, the accessors, the mutators. There's another other method you should include in here, and see if you can get rid of this error message. So we'll see you back in a little bit after you finish creating your movie object.